Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are playing Teamer Control and we're going to be playing it in a best of one standard event. This is an event where you have to try to get 7 wins before you take 3 losses. And if you win, you get play-in points, you get some packs, and you get some gems, which is higher than your pay-in costs. So you get a lot of value out of it. Other than that, this is our list. We've seen this before. It's been on my channel quite a lot. I think this list did well. We're taking the 9-1 challenge placer from MTGO and running its main board through the gauntlet and seeing how it goes. If you're not entirely sure how it works, and maybe this is the first time you're getting into Magic, just real quick. Basically, the best card early is this Analyst. You want to play it, mill cards over, hopefully lands. Half of our deck is pretty much lands. I think it's 29. It is half our deck. Okay, it's 30. You want to hit a lot of lands, and then you want to use the 4-mana ability to rip all the lands out of your graveyard, put them back into play to go to this payoff of World Soul Rage, where it deals X damage to any target. You put X lands from the graveyard or your hand onto the battlefield tapped, which also digs these out. We have these gain life lands that are really nice, and we play all basics, so we can't really get our lands popped with any field of ruins or things like that. But our main goal is to play this Aftermath, ramp, use World Soul Rage to win, and a lot of times get a Virtuous Strength down, which triples each land source in terms of mana. So a lot of times we're putting World Soul Rage on the stack for dealing 25 to 30 damage on average. Outside of that, let's just go ahead and hop into the game. It's quite a long one. It got pretty late for me recording this, so I get a little loopy at the end. A little, you know, crazy, if you would. I mean, I guess so, right? Actually, a bad matchup is Disenchantments. Be a horrible matchup for us potentially. You might do nothing thus far. I'm down to just play this right now. Well, there goes my Elish Norn. I'm pretty sure the last time I played this, my first mill, I just milled over my one of Elish Norn, which is slightly annoying, but it is what it is. But green-white typically means, for us at least, that our big spell is going to resolve, especially if it's just like green-white control. Kind of gives us all day to do whatever we want here. Lanes. Buyback. I guess my Elish Norn. I don't care to buy these lands back right now. Like, let them know that Elish Norn's coming and it shuts off their, like, enchantment exile stuff. I don't know. Very weird. Very weird situation. What we got, opponent? Where are we at? Renin Realmbreaker, you gonna hit me? Seems kind of crazy to bring up your one that, I mean, it's got hexproof and indestructible, but that seems like a crazy one to bring up.
Allies everywhere.
Sure.
Stand with us.
Here. Make a blue and a green here, if we're able to. Make a green first. Green. Sure. Blue? Do I play this? Or do I just let this go? A little part of me thinks I just let it go. But I think I play it, actually. I'm not sure. I'm not sold about playing this right here. I forgot to grab an island. I said I was making blue, and then I just didn't grab the island. My brain said, yeah, I got blue. Of course I got blue. What do you mean? Of course. Now, the real problem is, the Aftermath is the obvious removal. It's kind of why I didn't want to play it, because it's typically pretty known to remove the Aftermath at this point over the Nissa. But who knows? I just thought about being more mana efficient here, because if I do untap this board, it's pretty wild. The exile. I can also... Are both of them? Oh yeah, because one's under ossification. The virtue can't get it. So if they didn't have that, I was good. Obviously, that's the answer to most things. But having a March to exile it in this deck that I've not seen before seems okay as a thing to not have to play around.
Buy us more time.
No blocks for me. Doesn't have indestructible. I thought it did. Kind of crazy. Nissa. Blue. Go grab a blue, please. So my brain doesn't forget. Green. Alright, sick. It's like cheating if you think about it. Play Aftermath. Put all these other lands in our yard. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Yeah. We're going to make a lot of green here. Green. 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 White. Blue. 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 These are for memory delusions. So I kind of lied about what color I was making. Green from here. I guess I should probably make a red too. Red. Make sure our colors are on point, you know. Red. Green. Make blue. Just even out the mana a bit. Blue. Alright. Red. Do I have enough to do both? I do have enough to do. Okay. Yeah, so we play this first just in case they have like a leyline binding, and then we play a virtuous strength. Then I say, opponent, go ahead. But ETBs don't happen anymore from our opponent. They have to exile Elish Norn straight up, whether that be with a march or not. But if they play like ossification, it does nothing. If we untap, I have memory deluge. Like multiple times. Temporary lockdown, doesn't do anything. Wedding announcement is a tick up on the end step, so it will do something. There's just go to hand. They grab a land. Creature land, nevertheless. Which is really cool with Ren, because you can plus on Ren on a creature land, and when that creature land attacks... Great draw. Didn't have to work for it. Mid-0. Wow. And that's why this deck's really good. What goes first? I get greens, probably, obviously. I got my plains. I got a green. I got blue. I got red. Sure. We'll grab a green off the courtyard. Play blue. Play archaeologist. Play this. Be in the mirror. Lose in the mirror. Because we're on the draw. That's like the tough part, man. Being on the draw in this matchup sucks so bad. Green, go. Well. Here we go. I miss you so. I get DMCA'd. I never think about that. I always just make random noises when I play. You know, fun times. Fun things to do. And it's like, I said come back. Back. We need you. I mean, I can get it back with this virtue. It kind of did the same thing. Oh, there's a slow Gurk version? Wow. We like weirdly have a chance because of that. Slow Gurky. Alright, opponent. Please don't grow your slow Gurk very much at all here. I would much appreciate it. I would like to ill-time explosion it. Maybe I shouldn't have used my virtue and just hold my ill-time. I do every now and then play some like amount of counter spells, so it's kind of a little scary regardless of what I do. Sometimes not matter. Sometimes do matter. No blocks. Just counter spell. We'll find out. Nope. Okay, that snapped resolved. I was not ready for that to snap resolve. Now next turn we can play Nissa. Hope it's good. You return all those to hand. They haven't shown a I don't remember how this version really does it. I feel like this version with Slowgrix actually, like, technically a turn or two slower than mine. I could be wrong, but land play here tells me no Slowgrix. What do you have? Memory Deluge is a card they still play. Of course. Oh, they play the black removal spell, right? The one that's not removal, but board wipe. Like -X/-X for every permanent card in your yard. So I'm not going to play my Aftermath here. I'll let them counter this, I guess. They didn't show one before. For my ill-time explosion. I can't imagine on one draw everything changed. If I find a second Aftermath, I will just play it this one out. Like, it's just not that important, I think. Green. I'm gonna grab a white off this. Red. Okay, with a second one of these, I'm just gonna play it. They have one to play and activate next turn. Sure. I mean, I knew it was Memory Deluge when you didn't counter the Nissa, so I don't know. They do need a black mana, and they need it to be untapped, though. Or they could play Nissa, play this, make a black, get a land, then play it, but then their Nissa dies. So it's like a little bit of a nombo, but I think it's worth it whenever you're staring at this on board. But who knows? Oh, they have the untapped black source. Here it is. Aerotide. Yep. Indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Can I stop drawing my basics? I feel like I'm running out. Don't get me wrong. Don't mind drawing basics. Would prefer to rip them all out here, but I know it's not really going to be possible. Have like an island left in like 2 mountains, maybe a mountain. Do these need to grab forest here? Yeah, I have 1 mountain. Go grab my last. No, I'll grab a mountain. Then these are grabbing islands, I think. No, I'm gonna rip out every basic I have left. Tough. I didn't care to draw lands. I just didn't want to draw these ones. Super thin now. Virtue can be played next turn, and then we can do absolute nonsense. Terror Tide. That is the card. Atraxa, sure. Titania, Aftermath, Path to Peril. They have the white for Path to Peril, so that's fine. Looks like Virtue's going to be fun. Ooh. Pretty good. Hmm. Three, 4, 5, 6. What do I want to tap here? Green, I guess. Play this Virtue. This is way more mana, but I think it's fine to do so right now. If I take this and this, I'd know I can remove the Atraxa. But can I just... Well, World Soul Rage doesn't do anything. I have, like, no more basics, so it's either lethal or not. So I have 2... I have 3, I have 6, I have 9... I have 12, 13, 14. If I double it, I just don't think it gets there, right? I can take this and this and just hope it's enough. Do 7 here. Yeah, fine. My hand. One, I think. These 4. I can have Echoing Deep copy a land in their yard. Fine. Okay, decline. You're just a Echoing Deep. You do tap for colorless, so you're not the worst right now. I have 23 cards. I'm guaranteed to pretty much find another World Soul Rage. I have the iteration in hand, so should be good. Should be good. Just a sure. You have no other green mana. Land. Ooh, that would do it. Oh, wow. No, no one of these, huh? You're going to follow short? Even though I guess you still technically have it, right? You can pop off here. Go off, King. Do your thing. You have it. Go for Beseiju here, which doesn't allow them to aftermath and combo, which they could have done regardless. But maybe they just got dead cards in hand. World Soul Rage plus copy here would do it. I mean, we'll just take this and this because this can find a World Soul Rage, I guess. Take action. I have nothing, right? Hellish Norm, Virtue, Ill Time, Vampires. Yep. Yeah. This one. This one. I'm not gonna lie, this might not be enough. I might have messed up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it's... Here's the trick, by the way. Just double Q, and it'll tell you the math. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All of it. We'll copy this 3 times. Submit 0. We got there. We honestly could have played the Virtue and it would have did more damage, which is kind of crazy, I think. Because of how much 3xing our mana it really does. But we get there. Very cool. A long, grindy game. Way longer than I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. Alright, we go first here. See, it's actually really, really good. We'll keep it. You can play this, grab a forest, play our island, play the archaeologist. And then we can also grab our mountain here, so we're like really well set up. Actually going to be even better here because this can actually block for a while, at least. We hope it can. Play here. 1, 2, and 3. Sure. We have our O3, which can block a little bit if we need it to. Looking to gain life. Well. Okay. Interesting. What do we do now? You go get a red. I do know that much. I'll play this here. Go grab my mountain. And I'll play this aftermath. Hopefully mill something good. We do mill pretty well, I would say. We have 4 lands that this aftermath can hit. Oh, Case sick. This buys us so much time. Case is good for them, but right now it's just not, right? To get rid of a legendary, I got double blocks. I'm buying all the time in the world. Because, like, the thing I was afraid of is, like, a Packle here or something where they get to be super aggressive. But right now, they get nothing. They make a 1-1. But I'm not really afraid of that. I know that much. I could technically just World Soul Rage this. And just shut that off. And that still ramps me. Then I'd have to find another creature, right? I think it's worth, to be honest. 2, shoot here, do this. I'm gonna do it from my hand though. I want this to go away because we get to another forest. So now I still kind of have my 2 blockers. I don't necessarily have to sacrifice this during combat. And then next turn, even if this gets removed here, I can play Aftermath plus bring all these back, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lands. There's the pack I was talking about. Okay, there was a pause there. I'm going to block here. I'm not blocking with Aftermath. Stalker Frenzy, maybe? Furious Rage. 2-0. Just get it off the board. Sick. Super sick. Maybe that's why we shouldn't have played him from hand. I think it still works out in our favor, though. So play Nissa. Use Virtue. Grab back this. Play this. Nissa trigger. Make a green, because that's what we need for our Aftermath. I guess I'll just grab the plains now. Make a red. It's a Nissa. Activate this ability. 1. All these. So I'm going to do green, 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 just all the way. I want to play my Virtue here. I want to play. Oh, I probably should grab these mountains, huh? Yeah, grab a mountain here. I want to play Virtue, and then I want to play the other Aftermath. I could, in theory, play Aftermath and then sack it again. I just don't know if there's necessarily a point to that. We'll do this. We'll mill over a little bit more. Call it a day. Honestly, pretty good mills overall. The real issue is we have a couple World Soul Rages in here, so we have to find another Virtue to grab it back now. Creature or land, we can't even do that. We would need a Shigeki, I suppose. Alright, double white. Ossification coming in. Sure. Getting rid of Nissa. I have a Nissa in hand, so that seems kind of wild. Can't believe Ossification's a grab. Lock, I guess. Wow. Am I really gonna lose this to this, huh? Just not having, like... Just not having a spell to play. I feel like there's no other world in which I really lose this outside of this, like, exact scenario here. Greenish chick, sure. Have another ossification. Second case, so both of these are going to be triggering. Sure. Yeah. Yes. Pass, go to blocks, block here, I guess. Do these blocks, sack this. Or I think I messed up my echoing deep trigger, but green, blue, aftermath, red. This doesn't really matter without a memory deluge anywhere. We also haven't hit a memory deluge to mill either, which is kind of the... We're 28 cards deep and we didn't put a memory deluge in our yard. See, there are all 4 of them. I have no idea if this is lethal or not, by the way. I'm just kind of sticking around just because I can. I know a single spell, so many spells off the top win us the game here. So there's no reason to leave. Pass. Close. My turn. Like that one. See? Sometimes just don't get frustrated. Ciao. Man, this deck is a little wacky when it comes to finding the dub sometimes. We go first. I like this hand on the play more than I would have if we were on the draw, so I'm gonna keep here. I like kind of having one basic if we're on the draw, so I can play this kind of on curve. Because who really knows what I'm gonna be up against? But having one extra turn to kind of get my stuff down and go for it is fine with me. Island here? No, right? Oh, no, I can't. This can grab island and a mountain, which I can use the echoing deeps after this. I can play the archaeologist first, or whatever option they give me after they bat me here. Which they'll probably take analyst, I would have to imagine. Against a mono black deck, I'm not really looking to play this until I can play it, then activate it. You know, it just makes sense if they end up taking it. Can both these hit red? Do I have to like pay attention? Situation I'm from mountain. Yes, they can indeed. So let's play this. I want my World Soul Rage that I buy back now. Play this, copy here, make sure I grab a mountain, and now I can World Soul Rage this Deep Cavern Bat while also putting in a land. Basic off the top would be best case scenario, because then I can play World Soul Rage for 2. Demolition Field, a very bad card in this matchup. But like I said, World Soul Rage for 2 would be best here. Just because I can shoot this for 2. They could cut it down, which is actually kind of tragic if I think about it. I still get my card back, so it's like not even the worst. They have a chance to counter this World Soul Rage. I think they should take it. In terms of removing their bat. I know I get my Archaeologist back either way. But would you rather use the removal to make sure I don't ramp anymore? Or would you rather use your removal on a card that might not matter? They go for the opposite. I'm going to go ahead and just put this Forest into play, I think is fine. I know I can gain life here, but I just don't know if it's necessarily that relevant. I'd rather just get that Forest out of the yard and just keep these brokers and things going. Brokers can't grab red, so this will grab an island. Plains, maybe? Now, with Memory Delusion in hand, we grab island. This one can grab the plains. Like I said before, Demolition Field going to have no real value in this matchup. Kelly. Kelly's good. Draw. Kelly is very good indeed. Mountain, forest, plains. I'm going to play this. Go grab my plains. Regardless. And realistically, without having a way to guarantee remove the shielded off the board with my ill time, I'm just going to Memory Deluge instead. And then I'm going to play Aftermath, rip all these lands out of my deck, and then call it a day. Then who knows? Maybe we'll World Soul Rage the Shielded away. Massacre Girl. Mono black. Massacre Girl kind of shenanigans. Let's take a look first. You are doing nothing. This, I'm gonna grab the basic. Block here. High time. Sure, you'll draw a card. Not that worried about it. Saving me from taking 4 seems better. World Soul Rage. Wow. Do I have enough to play this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I play this. I can play this. And there's like not realistically a way I can die next turn. I can also discard it and just kill both of these on board. What would they have in mono black to deal with an enchantment? I don't think it's really anything. So I'm just going to play it. Obviously, they can take my World Soul Rage, but this stays around. I'm just chilling. I play a lot of like -X cards. I cannot think of a card off the top of my head in black that can remove a virtue. We're down to 10, but obviously we'll take 2 on our upkeep on a draw. Draw. Me from the future here. I am going to show a clip in how this Virtue of Strength actually works. I do miss lethal here, so if you do know how it works, you'll definitely spot it right away. But I do actually have a way to find it. You can kind of sit here and look at it and see if you can't figure it out, but I'll show you kind of against Sparky what I mean in ways that Virtues work in terms of tripling the mana. The way that Virtue is worded is that it doubles your mana, it triples your mana, and then it triples it again. So normally whenever an effect has this kind of an ability, whenever you tap a mana and it says add 3 instead, you would think, oh, if I tap this plains instead of 1 white, I'll get 3. But the way that this is worded, and when it says you'll produce 3 times that much, it'll then make 3, and then you times that 3 by 3, so it'll make 9. So as you can see right here with these virtues, Sparky's giving me a hard time. No attacks. If I float 1 land here, it's 3 times 3 times 3, so 1 land makes 27. In the current spot in which I'm in this game, I have 2 virtues. I can play 1, and then each land will tap for 9 mana. And then I would be able to shoot my opponent for enough for lethal. So here, as you can see, I can put this literally all the way to probably 100. And just click my opponent and just say auto pay. And it didn't even use nearly any of my lands. Is that enough? So, no, it's not because they're so high. I mean, I can ramp like crazy here and gain a ton of life. Right? This is 10. This is 19. Wow. Hit Z. Let's undo here real quick. Let's think. I'm going to go ahead and wipe the board. I know that this does 4 damage to me, but I'm going to gain a ton of life here, so it won't matter too much. I didn't think of a way that this will matter too much. I'm at 6. What would they have? Arch can't target face, I don't think. You can buy Shielded back, I guess. That's something they could do. So those are gone. I play land. This happens. It happen. You do a forest. I play here. They should do it before I mill, so it's potentially less likely to hit lands. But now I guess I have to use that green, huh? activate this ability. They're like Tide Binder you. I would cry a little. But looks like we're gonna get a timeout here. I'm gonna grab a lot of lands from my yard. I'm gonna gain a lot of life. I don't know how much life, but it's enough, I think. You can copy this. All these trigger. Mountain. Up to 8, up to 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of forest because I grabbed like the goof, so that's fine. And idealistically, you can argue, oh, Brick, maybe we World Soul Rage him now. I don't want to because I want to play around discard spells. So I'm just not going to. I'm going to grab Degeki here and I guess Doppelgang because I've never grabbed Doppelgang in my entire life. So I'm just going to pass. Then I'll shoot the cannon next turn. 6 times 3 is 18 alone. Aclazotz, sure. Holy cow. Can I go for 40 here? Oh, it's like way over 40. Sure. This one. It's so much mana. When you 3x, it's like very hard to like look at your lands and be like, wow, that's 50 some mana sitting there. Wow. This is a little bit weird. My opponent's first. I can play this on turn 2. Island, Swamp, Mountain, but this can be our forest that we need, so we'll keep. At least we have a couple of creatures that we can play right away. Gain that one back. Go grab a forest. We'll play Island. We'll play Archaeologist. And hopefully they can kind of defend for long enough. It is mono red, so typically we find it hard to get out of this matchup, but we'll try our best. Hitting a couple of basics here is actually really good. Real-time explosion's even better. This will go grab our mountain. We'll play another Archaeologist. We'll go from there. Worst case is like, I mean, that's pretty bad. Worst case is like Monster Rage, I guess. Roderick's not the worst. Mono's pretty bad. At least we get the block here, which doesn't feel the worst. Block. Down to 12 we go. Wow, we just draw the mountain, but it can't remove anything. So stick with the game plan here. Play Archaeologist number 2. Grab the Memory Deluge back. Play here. Go grab Mountain. Now we have Memory Deluge to discard. No attack, obviously. Looking to not get suplex at this present moment. Wow, case. Card a card. They discarded land, which was playable by them, I believe. Block and block here. All right, well, here's the option, team. I could Ill-Time Explosion, or I could wait till Kamano flips. Because Ill-Time Explosion will also get my Archaeologist, I think. Although I could Ill-Time and do it for 2, but I take a little bit of damage as well. I have an Aftermath loaded up as well. Yeah, so I'm going to actually World Soul Rage for 2 here. I'm going to blow up. Swift Spear, because so like we know they discarded land, they didn't do anything. Brokers. We'll gain 2 more life here. Plus, if they like Monster Rage one of these, it actually works out kind of bad for them in a weird way, in which like these will actually fall off. Like, of course they'll appreciate that value, but for us it's like way better that that doesn't happen. Fugitive's good. Will they play a spell here? Stalker Frenzy? Sure. Lot. Block here. Down to 6 we go. Oh boy. I do it like this. Keep my creature around. Remove both those. I take 2 here, which sucks. Do this. Grab a land back so I can gain a little bit of life here. No, it's not much, but I'm dead to lightning strike, play with fire. But I still have a creature held back. If I get one more turn, I can pretty much grow this game out of range. But I have 3 World Soul Rages in my yard. Phoenix Chick, Monstrous Rage. Double Phoenix Chick. Very good. Very good indeed, opponent. Your case is online, so it's a 3 card draw next turn. Oh, wow. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. If I could play this, I'd be short of activating this, so I got to do it the other way. Do this. I have 4. It's not a lot of life to boast about. Estro for the red. Archaeologist. Maybe we'll hit it. Another heal time. No blocks. No attacks. No nothing. 2 and 3. I'm at 5, a very vulnerable number, that's for sure. Phoenix Chick number 3, why not? Phoenix Chick number 4, you got him. Brother, just kill me. You don't have to good game me. Yes. Sick. You drew exactly lethal. Except you did. Because counting's hard, I know. What? They said good game and then didn't hit me for lethal? That's crazy. I can't believe they didn't kill me, but we're like, good game. I was like, brother, if you got it, you got it, I guess. I was a little toxic about it, but I felt like what they did was a little toxic back, so. Maybe I'm in the wrong. I can see that. Memory to lose again. Grab Nissa, grab Elish Norn. Here. 3, 4, 5. Have 1. Sure. It works, I guess. Here, here, here. Here. Double mill. Maybe not my most favorite option of all time. There goes my third. They concede. All right, we go first. A little bit slower of a hand, but we do get a blue. We got a mountain and we got a forest, so we can keep here. Keeping doppelgang just to be spicy about it. We can play the archaeologist right away, so that's pretty cool. Island, spicy gamer. I wonder if people are metagaming and playing this to make opponents think it's a different card when realistically it's not. Please stay at 0-3, because if that's Phyrexian, I don't want to get obliterated. Sure. That 3 lands straight up. Oh heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Sweet. Play this. Go grab my planes, I think. Yep. This is Grixis. This is Bant. This can technically grab a planes as well. Probably should actually grab a forest. Considering I need forest. I'm gonna grab a forest. I don't really need a plains until I need a plains, you know? No attack. Yeah, go for a throat. You chilling, opponent? Got a couple pauses there for what felt like nothing really. Flesh Gorger. Sure. That makes sense. I can kind of just hold. I have a basic in here. I do. Let's play this. Go grab my planes now. Virtue, grab my basic. And then I could technically galvanic iteration this, but it does really nothing. It does the same right now. Shelly! Oh no. Dude, can I just doppelgang a Shelly? Can we both be Shelly gamers? Draw? I mean, I could, I guess. Do I doppelgang this thing? I kind of want to. This is bad. It's probably bad, right? Just like World Soul Rage and ramp into my Virtue probably is better. This one, yes. Auto pay. Take action. 1, 2, and 3. I could have did one from my hand. So I'm getting them out of my hand for whenever I play the homeboy. Grab all my forests. Grab an island. Are we gaming, guys? I'm having fun. I can block, though. This 0-3 has been so crucial in terms of blocking in my matchups. It's actually kind of wild. Enjoyed it a ton. Human! Huh? Oh, wait. Did we get to doppelgang do something cool?
I'm tired of your secrets.
Look, there's the land. Not making me sack. It was kind of wild, to be honest. But I get it. Like, I get it, because, like, why would you? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have enough. Here. Yup. Yup. Pay 2, I believe, is how I would do this. This permanent and this permanent. Yes. Let's change something. Oh, I make 2!
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
I forgot that that's how that was gonna work. Oh, no. Oopsie. I have a Liliana too. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to just leave this land in hand and just have them make me discard it, but they're gonna make me sack. They're not gonna make me discard. They could go for the third, I guess. So that's also possible. But playing that and then playing Virtue and then being ready to absolutely cannon our opponent is gonna be good. Man, Doppelgang kind of messed up. I always cut the card because I think it's bad, but it's actually kind of nuts. Look at Shieldred. Look at my opponent's Shieldred. Look at my opponent's Phyrexian Obliterator. Oh boy. Wow, that's actually kind of surprising. Why would you do that? Unless they just don't have a way to make it fight, I guess. Here, 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 here. Here. I want to be able to memory to lose here. I think that's much better. Plus.
You won't be
Galvanic iteration could be the discard. Look at us, opponent. You're both plus. Sure. I'll just get rid of my Virtuous Strength if they make me discard. Golly. No. Sure. Well, the worst part is if they don't make me get rid of my World Soul Rage, the game's over.
Nothing more.
Which is like kind of one of the boring parts of this deck sometimes. Is like our opponent just doesn't have a choice in this matchup. Like I just memory to lose here, even though I don't think it matters. Sure. My turn. Draw. Forest. This one. Oh, I almost guessed. Nah, man. I almost guessed it exactly, dude. What? Okay. Team. I want it to be known. I already did this once, by the way. But I want it to be known. My opponent goes first, and my hand is a little weird. But I've been recording for an hour. Having a good time. We're thriving. We're against aggro. We're dead. Would you like to be a red source? A little too slow of a red source, but would you like to be a red source? We'll play Aftermath. Hope it's good. Play Nissa. Hope it's good. Get blown out here by Boros Convoke. Who would have thought? Our Convoke gamers came to shine. Are you going to Gleeful Demolition this too? Are you the nut? You're nuts, dude! You're so good. Man, 7-0 dreams are dead. I can't believe I was 6-0 and then they're like, okay, buddy, strap in. You think you got the talent, bro? We're so dead. It's not even close. Come on, opponent. Just play it. Oh, they can grow it, I guess. Cool. I feel like growing the other one might have been a better... Like, I'm not really blocking here regardless. But I also get making a 4-5 that's just, like, impossible for me to remove, I guess. Or it doesn't matter! Woo! You start growing the other one. Okay, grow that one. Man. Wild. They're just like, I don't care to grow other creatures. I mean, I'm dead. It doesn't matter. Play this, pass, get hit with the homeboy. Go ahead. Go for it. I'll lose to Boros, who has the absolute nuts. Like, I lose to Boros, who has the absolute nuts. Oh, it's a knight. How boring if it's a knight. Come on, you opponent. Do the math. Worst part is I have to draw a land here. Actually, there's a lot of cards I could draw. Use a mana? Why? Huh? You missed? Do I have a chance? That's kind of crazy that they missed. I'm at 10. I'm like just dead next turn, kind of. Huh. No way, bro. This one. Oh, dude. Not real, bro. Green. Go grab an island. If I somehow win this game, I don't want to hear a word, bro. I shouldn't. Like, I just shouldn't win this game. So, even if I do, there's no way anybody saw this start and was like, yeah, Brick, you'll win this game. There's just no thought that that crossed your mind. If I can draw a land and play my Elish Norn, I can. Which is kind of absurd. But the problem is, I'm dead on board if they just attack me. But, you know, just keep doing stuff. Just keep tapping your creatures. It'll be fine. Hey, I'm almost dead if you just attack me with your flyer. I think I'm dead. Oh, I live by 1. Wow. Because it's block, block, block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'm at 11. You have a case? If this is a case, I'm... Yeah. Sure. Uh-huh. Do I have a chance to win this game? Um, I don't really have a chance to win this game. At least I don't think. This one. This one. One. Let's do this and go again. Activate. This one. This one. This one. I have no idea if I have enough mana to do all this, but I'm gonna try my best. I just have to make sure I'm not dead to this flyer. +1. Green. Green. 1, 2, 3. I can do it one more time. Yeah. We have one more. This is the main thing I want to do. Is I would like to play my Elishnorn, but I can't kill this regardless. I think I have enough to do it now, as long as I have lands. This is Grixis and 2 islands, so it should be fine. Let's make a blue. The island's coming up, so I'm gonna grab a forest. Make a forest, sure. I need 9 mana in total. Last one's the Grixis one. I have 8 currently, so it should be fine. Mountain. Doesn't matter, I guess. Blue. I should have enough to play this. Yes, I do. And then I have enough to ill-time explosion, which I'll just discard this and this. Okay, opponent. Go. Did we somehow bring this game back after being a whiny little baby? Maybe. But I don't think a single person looks at the start of that game and goes, yep, Brick, you got a chance. That doesn't even ETB. Oh, boy. Worst part is, I just die to this if I can't gain life. Or remove it. That removes it. And that does it multiple times. Is this enough? How much mana is this? One, it doesn't matter what colors. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So 4, I can do it 8 twice. I think I just do that because I want to gain the life here. This one. I might have messed up. I might have lethal, but I'm doing the for sure. I'm gonna take a lap, dude. I can't. How did we win that game, bro? What do you mean? We had an absurd turn to win that game. That's nuts. I mean, what more do we have to say really about this deck before, you know, maybe something happens to it? Nah, the thing I like the most in this list, which we didn't even see it in that game. By the way, this isn't what I like the most. We didn't see this, at least when it was relevant, which would have been super sick. It's kind of what the card's in here for. But a card we didn't actually get to see and we actually got to play, which is super relevant and nice, is this card. This card is so good for this deck. You get to play it kind of early. Like, you don't actually get to play it early, but when you play it, it's generally being played alongside of a bunch of other things, which is super cool. So I like it a lot. But other than that, I mean, we've seen it a lot. These cards right here, these 7 right here, are just like staples. If you were to trim one, it would have to be this one if you're wanting to fit maybe another card in or something. Galvanic Iteration is not to be slept on. This card, the amount of times that this card has bailed me out of games, even if it wasn't necessarily shown today, this card double cast against an opponent that had like 40 some life in a previous video was able to get me to that point that I shot them for lethal, and without it I would have lost the game. And I know a lot of times you don't take one scenario and you're like, oh, whatever. But we also saw at the last game, I didn't quite have enough for lethal, but I had pretty much enough to secure myself from losing the game, in which I Galvanic Iteration and I shot them for 8 and I shot their creature for 8. Didn't have to worry about anything else. I had Elish Norn in play, so it was all good, all dandy. I got to cast Doppelganger for the first time today. This card's crazy. I just never get the chance to cast it. I forget that I paid 8 mana into this. Yeah, 8 mana into this. I didn't realize it was going to make 2 copies of Shieldred and 2 copies of Liliana. This card's insane. I just guess I've been reading it wrong. I just thought for everything you would just make a copy of it. Or like to make 2 copies of Shieldred, for example, I thought you would have to choose it twice for like both your targets. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. So this card's sick. Love it. Best card in the deck. Shigeki, very cool, necessary in the deck. Kind of fits the same spot as this Galvanic Iteration. All these cards right here feel weirdly unreplaceable. Besides maybe Doppelganger, a lot of times I cut it in my best 3 matches because sometimes it just doesn't matter. But it is really, really good after using it today for the first time. I just never got to use it, so I never had a judge to go off of. Other than that, Nissa, very good. Do not want to play 4 because you want to hit this more often than you don't whenever you activate its ability. And by playing less of them, you have a way better chance. And 3 is normally that number where you want to find one pretty close to the top of your deck, but you don't necessarily need to start with it in your hand. And 4 is generally what you play if you were like, I will start with this card in my hand, I don't care, or it's the best card in my deck. Vengeance is cool just in terms of being a 1-up bullet against the aggro decks when we need it, plus a blood token so we can cycle. Memory Deluge and Ill-Time Explosion. Both these cards are phenomenal for this deck. The most digging that you can do is with this card, and Ill-Time Explosion works pretty well. When this rotates, we'll obviously probably have to use a draw effect, but the problem with that is like Shieldred's good, but Shieldred will rotate. No, it won't. Shieldred doesn't rotate next rotation. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But we have Elish Norn, which is a great one of. It kind of fits down in this category of cards here, where it's like these cards I think are a must, and I don't think you play any more than one. Like you can, like obviously there's some in the side that you can potentially play like an extra copy. Elish Norn if it's super good in the matchup, but other than that, I don't think you play anymore. And I like 3 virtues. I don't like 4 as much as I like 3. I think 3's a right amount. I think this deck's pretty solid overall. It did 9-1 in an actual challenge, and we did a 7-0 in a standard event, playing against the hardest deck in best of 1 right out the gate at the final arena. Other than that, it's super late. I'm done recording. I gotta record this, go to bed. I got work early in the morning. It's 2 in the morning. I gotta be up in like 7 hours or so, but I still have to do an hour of editing. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it there, and I'll catch you all later in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.